So if you're ready, I'm back with the niche list for summer 2019. If you checked out my first two videos, this was just about due. So if you're interested in these niche fragrances that I have to talk about that are my favorites in my collection for summer 2019, stay right there.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Welcome back, NYC Fragrance family. Here we are with another video. This time it's my summer 2019 niche favorites. So basically talking to you about the niche fragrances that are my favorites out of my collection and what I'll be wearing in the summer. Hopefully you'll have some of the same. Hopefully you take something away from this, and some of these fragrances will be enjoyed by all of my viewers. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. There's a high viewership of this channel that are not subscribing, and you'll get the first notifications when I do put out a new video, so please hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the video, hit the like button and keep on coming back. I'd love for more people to be part of the NYC Fragrances family. And now to the video. So these are in no particular order. I do have 10, so I'm going to give you those 10. First, I want to start with a notable. This one just got released recently. I only have a sample, and that's why it's a notable and it's an honorable mention. And that is by Creed, and it is Creed Aventus Cologne. I have a sample of it. This is basically a fresh take on the original Aventus, at least in my opinion. It does a little difference. I mean, there is more citrus involved here, and there's a minty quality to it, even though I don't believe mint is one of the notes in the fragrance, but I do enjoy it. A lot of people do not care for it as far as performance and such, but it does make for a really nice summer fragrance. And if you're a Creed fan like I am, then it's something to definitely check out. So Creed Aventus Cologne, honorable mention, because I have a sample and I like to keep to my bottles in my collection if possible. So the first one I'm going with is by a company called Etat Libre d'Orange, and their fragrance is You or Someone Like You. This one here is just a beautiful mint opening with florals, and it lasts very long. It's perfect for the summer. It was good for the spring as well, but this is something that I definitely could see myself wearing, for the fact that just a couple of sprays and I have a good sillage all day long, and that's what I really like out of fragrances. I don't particularly care to spend money on a fragrance that I'm only going to get 1 to 2 hours out of it and not smell it myself or go nose blind to it so quickly. And this is one that actually does not do that for me, so I'm happy to have this in the collection, and I'm going to be happy to wear this one this summer 2019. The next one is from another house that I am a big fan of, and I know I mentioned Aventus Cologne from Creed, and I choose not to throw in Creed Aventus because, I mean, at this point, people in our community, people that watch these videos already know it's a great fragrance. It doesn't need to be in any lists anymore. It kind of belongs in its own like glass case somewhere and just leave it alone and everybody admire it. It is Creed Aventus, and let's not talk about it anymore. So this one, I wouldn't call it an alternative. To me, I don't get Creed Aventus in this fragrance, but I do get that feeling when I put on Creed Aventus, the same feeling that this fragrance gives me. And this fragrance is from the house of Mancera, and it is Cedrat Boise. So Cedrat Boise, again, to me, you get that vibe because there's a pineapple note. Right away, it's associated to Creed Aventus. For me, it's always been a more upscale niche version of, let's say, Dior's Fahrenheit, the original. Kind of like that gasoline-ish tar note. It's more subtle than it is in Fahrenheit, but I still do get it as I get my scent bubble going and I get the sillage from the fragrance. That's what I pick up. So Cedrat Boise by Mancera, another one I can't wait to wear the summer of 2019. The next one, the recent acquisition, from a house that I'm growing very fond of, and I now have 2 fragrances in my collection of, and that is the house of Masque Milano, and the fragrance I'm talking about is Hemingway. Now, Hemingway is a vetiver fragrance, but it's not just your regular everyday vetiver. It's a sheer white vetiver, which is clean, and it also has a nice rhubarb note in it. So as far as vetiver fragrances go, this one is like a real good twist and take for a summer fragrance. And I think that's what I'm gravitating more so with this house, because they do things that not everybody else is doing with their fragrances, and they do give you a sense of uniqueness without compromising wearability. That is why I like this brand, and I'm really starting to enjoy the fragrances from this brand. So that is Hemingway from the house of Masque Milano. The next one, this one's not like a big bottle. I have a travel sprayer, but I am like, I don't know, this just is like magic on my skin. The smell, the essence I get from this fragrance, it might be my favorite one out of the set here, although I'm not ranking them, but I have just grown to love this fragrance. I don't know what it is, but it just, everything about it is making me happy. It's from the house of Histoires De Parfums, and the fragrance is 1828. 1828, this fragrance here, citrus, nutmeg, got the pine note, it's got vetiver. It's just like a, I don't know if it's the scent memories I get from it, because it is kind of like a throwback fragrance to some degree, but it just has such good quality, and it just makes me feel really good when I'm wearing it. It is, you know, I picked up the travel sprayer for $35. It's worth having. I mean, especially when you have a collection, this will last me quite a few wearings, and I know I'm going to break down and eventually get the bigger bottle. Just right now I'm kind of, you know, delving through so many things that I have not gone out and got the 100 ml or the bigger one, you know, because collecting gets a little costly. So travel spray for now, but I love the fragrance. I definitely recommend this one. Go check it out, get yourself a sample, even or if you're bold enough, get the travel sprayer. You won't be disappointed. 1828 by Histoires De Parfums. The next one is the only Bond number 9 that I own. Gave away the brand already. I picked this one up relatively cheap. I think it was about $65. I got the 50 ml. And this is I Love New York for fathers. Now this one here had a lot of people associate to Green Irish Tweed. It has similar connotations to that, but this has the added note of coriander, which gives it a different twist, which is what I think makes it unique from some of the I Love New York fragrances that Bond number 9 makes, and that's why I gravitated to this one. And then, of course, because it's such a great deal, I couldn't pass it up. So I had to get this one, and it's great for the summer. Again, you know, you got that nice green vibe, and you got that added note of coriander. It's just going to be a pleasant fragrance for the summer, and I see it as an easy wear, and that's why I have it in my collection. I look forward to wearing it. So that's Bond number 9, I Love New York for fathers, for the summer 2019. Next one I spoke about, I believe, in my spring list, but it's also a great fragrance for the summer, and this brand definitely has a lot of fresh ones and a lot of great fragrances to wear for the summer. Unfortunately, the only one I own a full bottle of at the moment is this one, so until I own some of the other ones, this will have to be the one on the list, and it'll be the one that adds a fig note to this list. And that is from the house of Acqua di Parma, and I'm talking about Fico da Amalfi. This one here, you got just the pure freshness, beautiful fig note. It's supposed to, you know, as most of this blue line from Acqua di Parma is supposed to give you the sensation of being in the area where it's bound to, like this is supposed to be bound to Amalfi, so you're supposed to get the sense and feel of being on the Amalfi coast, and the sense in the air, and what you know, the vibe of the coastline and the water and the fig trees and everything around you, and that's what they're trying to capture in this fragrance here by calling it Fico da Amalfi. Fico meaning fig, and of course the Amalfi coast, which is beautiful coastline in Italy that if you haven't gotten to and you haven't gotten a chance to check out, and you ever get over to Italy, definitely go check out the Amalfi coast. You won't regret it. So next one, again, so this one here, when I put this on, it's just a fresh blast. I mean, it's just, I just love this fragrance. The lime opening in it, the slight hint of coconut. The only thing with this, and most fragrances from this house, their longevity is in question. And I'm talking about Atelier Cologne's Pacific line. So now, again, longevity being an issue, I'm okay with that. The price point these come in at, this house just does citruses like nobody else. And me being a big fan of citrus, I can go up and down the line. Now this is the only bottle, full bottle, that I own from the company. I have samples. I even have a decant of Orange Sanguine. So I don't want to represent that. Again, when I do my videos, I like to keep the bottles. If I ever decide to do something where I only have samples, I'll probably do it where I show pictures, because you know, you want to see the presentation, and I'm sure you guys want to see the presentation. I like to keep it that way. So that's my reason for picking what I pick and showing you what I show you when I do videos like this. But I will, you know, probably change that in the future, because I do have a ton of samples and I feel like I'm not giving you enough content if I'm just keeping it to the bottles in my collection. So I might have to change that in the future. So Atelier Cologne's Pacific Lime, great burst of lime. Again, the coconut note, another great fragrance in the summer. It's almost like refreshing when you spray it on. So in the hot heat, when you first put it on, it's a great burst. This might be even one to consider refrigerating. I've heard people doing that to give that extra effort of coolness out of a fragrance. I haven't tried it myself, but maybe I'll give it a whirl and see if that actually works. So the next one I picked up last year, and I haven't gotten a chance to actually wear this one yet. I know what it smells like. I did test it, and I've actually met the owner of the brand when I was in Essence in Milan. She's a beautiful lady. She's really all about her stuff and her fragrances. She's doing really good things, and her line is growing, and she's got some great fragrances coming out. But my introductory to her line is this fragrance, and it's from Acqua di Parfums, and I have Greek Keys. And you see there's a nice little bow that was put on it. The packaging, the way this came to me, it was beautiful. It's just done right. And I got this at a pretty good price when they were doing a promotion, so I'm happy to have it. This one here, to some degree, there's a sense of almost similarity if you've smelled Creed's Millésime Imperial, where you have that sea salty, aquatic type thing going on. This one doesn't have melon so much. It has more citrus, and then there is, you know, the aquatic note, and it's just a really good fragrance. I mean, for the summertime, this is something that will work well. There are tendencies for a lot of her fragrances to be leaning a little more feminine. This one, I think, is easy to be worn by both men and women, and I plan on wearing it, and I'm going to enjoy wearing it this summer. Definitely check out the House of Sarah Baker if you're not familiar with her brand. There's a lot of fragrances in the line now, especially recent ones that have been made by Miguel Matos, who is like the superstar perfumer right now. He's hot as all hell, and he's making things happen in the fragrance community and fragrance industry in general. He's one of the hot hands right now, and the fragrances he has coming out, and he has his own line as well, are something to definitely keep your eye on if you're in the niche market and are into niche fragrances. So that was Sarah Baker's Greek Keys. Now, I'm going to bring back probably my favorite. I mean, I don't see summer without me wearing this one since I got it. And again, I'm talking about the House of Mancera, and if anybody knows me and anybody's been on this channel and anybody knows this channel knows I'm talking about Sicily. Sicily is without a doubt the biggest burst of citrus opening with a peach note, florals, rose, muskiness, and it just projects all day long. It is by far, you want to have super power and super strength wearing a fragrance in the summertime that will be with you all day long. Sicily is the one. It's king, queen, whatever you want to call it for me for the summertime. I know I'm not ranking 1 through 10, but if I had to pick one, this is my summer fragrance without a doubt. Although, the next one and the last one I'm going to talk about will definitely give it a run for its money. different fragrance profile, but we'll give it a run for its money. This one is actually a release that should be releasing now this month, and I'm fortunate enough to have the bottle prior to the release. And it is from the brand called Nishane, and I'm talking about Saffron Colonies. Now they had released Colognise last year, and the 2019 version they added Saffron. This fragrance has passion fruit, it has citron, musk, ambergris. I mean, this is like, it was love at first sniff. I can say without a doubt, not too many fragrances do that for me, but love at first sniff. You know, a lot of people collect and they'll say, I own a lot of likes, I don't own everything in my collection are not loves. Well, if I have to say, as far as loves, this is definitely a love for me. The last one was definitely a love for me. I would say pretty much all 10 of these are loves for me. And that's why I'm showing to you as 10 or as my summer favorites, not as top 10 or ranking them from 10 through 1. Although I did give Sicily that a little extra push there, right? So anyway, those are my favorites for the summer of 2019. I hope you take something away from this. I hope you'll keep returning to watch my videos. I plan on keeping them coming out as long as I'm motivated to do so. So, remember, if you smell good, you feel good. Have a nice day.